Ladies and gents, welcome to what promises to be an epic showdown in Age of Empires 2 between Joni Chiva here in the south playing as the Khmer, and then in the north, D's Nuts. We've got Mayans for D's Nuts. D's Nuts is started off by slaughtering some sheep, and the map is Valley. Very much looking forward to this. You guys know me. I prefer serious content, all right? No jokes, no sarcasm, no silliness allowed here. And that's exactly what we have here. Now, I don't know what Blue's name translates to. Maybe someone could help me out there. I believe this is a player from Mexico. And as I've said many times, I cheated during Spanish class, and I very much regret that now. Because in these moments, maybe I could tell you what Blue's name means if it does need anything. So let's talk about Valley. Valley's a pretty open lands map, but there are some slight water elements. Technically speaking, you can dock this, but more than anything, the middle area is important for building mills to take the fish and take the hunt. So there are 60 deer across the middle of the map, and there's also the shorefish there, of course, as well. So I think if you really wanted to take advantage of this map and play to the map, then you want to take the shorefish in the middle. And actually, I think Khmer could be really strong here because having the villagers in the middle leaves you exposed, but Khmer villagers can hop in and out of houses. So I could see that maybe being the reason why Blue has gone for the Khmer. Could also be that Blue has gone for the Khmer because Blue is like me and sucks with farming. And the Khmer farms are incredible for players like that. You know, all memes aside, my farms are better now than they were in the past. I think my farms are pretty solid. But Khmer is still my highest win rate of all civilizations, at least last I checked. So maybe Blue is in the same boat there. Mayans, their resources last longer. They have the strongest eagles in the game after the El Dorado tech. They've got very cheap archers. They've got Haub. They've got great skirms too, which are a little bit underrated. So they certainly have options, but they cannot go for stable units. So we could see a lot of horsey boys here from Blue. And, you know, listen, I don't know everything about new players, but I've probably covered and watched more low elo games than anyone out there. And I would say that it's very rare to see someone pick Mayans or Aztecs or Incas sub 700 elo, because it is just, there's 3 civs that can't make horses. And that is a big part of Age of Empires 2. So we'll see if maybe Red went random, and we should be able to tell that based on how like confused Red looks. Or maybe this is one of the rare times a player, you know, understands the civ and is happy to play without knights. But yeah, 625 elo against 660 elo. For those that enjoy low elo legends, it's good to be back casting some Lel after a while. And I think this is the first time I'm casting, at least like the first day that I'm casting low elo legends in 2024. So it was pretty much full focus on tournaments. Community games as well have been, you know, they were kind of left behind as well. They were going to be returning with community games. It won't be every Friday because I'm trying to take it easy and have some life experiences. Dude, what a loser way to say I want to do stuff with my life. I'm trying to have life experiences. Yeah, you know, it's this new thing, you know. Anyways, I think I've got to... I forget if it's this Friday or next Friday. If I have a concert. It's so bad that I don't know. It's Tuesday. I don't even know what's happening. I've been trying to relax a little bit after Hidden Cup. So no schedule's the best schedule for me right now. But community games are either back this Friday or next Friday. And then you could backstab your opponents. Woo. Okay, do you guys want to hear what I spent 3 days straight doing this week after Hidden Cup, or this past week? So, obviously I gamed, right? You know, I said I was going to nap. I said I was going to read some books. No naps. No book reading. I just, instead of playing Age of Empires, I played another game. But that's rare for me, okay? No, I was not playing with D's Nuts. I'm casting D's Nuts. I was not playing with D's Nuts. Okay, so I was playing a type of video game on my PlayStation. So if you had to guess what type of game it was, man, I'm tempted to be. I wanted to say like, guys, you know, be mature, but we're casting these nuts right now. What type of game? I guarantee you, no one's gonna be able to guess it. So I was playing it on PlayStation. D's Nuts is wandering over here to kill a boar. Okay, it was not Cashier Simulator. It was not Farmville. I did play a little bit of FIFA, but man, that game annoys me after a while. So yeah, technically FIFA is correct, but I didn't play a lot of it. Farming Sim. No to Farming Sim. It kind of has some Farming Sim elements. No, it's not Tekken. Half of these games, I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but... Okay. I played a hunting game. It's called The Way of the Hunter, and basically you just, like, you just hunt. There's just, like, some very minor story elements, but I just drank, and I just walked around the woods looking for deer or a bear or an elk or something, and it was like, it was great. It was great, dude. I really enjoyed it. It was very random. I don't know why I ended up on that of all games, but I did. So it was a good time. So D's Nuts has been very active with the villagers. The villagers have been getting a lot of cardio, and it seems like that is going to continue to be the case. We are going to see these villagers now walk forward to mine gold. I'm really liking Blue's base setup, though. Blue's had really nice balance, has a couple on golds, has farmed around the TC. The eco balance is actually perfect. If the goal is to have 800 food and 200 gold to go Castle Age, Blue is certainly well on the way. And then Red is kind of all over the place at the moment. No farming eco for Red. Very exposed as well, so if Blue does ever attack, that could be a problem. Did you only hunt boars? No. I didn't get to hunting boars yet. It's just deer, elk. I did accidentally shoot a moose in the head. It was an accident. It was running at me. I'm an ethical hunter, okay? But it was running at me, and I had to survive. So I kind of feel bad about that one. But yeah, I don't hunt in real life, by the way. So, you know, I don't know why that's where I ended up, but it's a good time. It's very rare for me to play other games. Very rare for me to have time where I'm not, like, switched on, I guess. And so after Hidden Cup, I wanted... And it's still my goal to find a little bit more time to relax. I think if I am a more relaxed individual, if I am not as stressed, my content only gets better. So that's kind of the goal. Or I have more stories. You know, like... I just said on the internet I shot a moose in the head, so that's really fun. I'm sure my parents are proud. Man, are these guys really the same ELO? Listen, if I had to guess, I think their ELO's definitely, you know, it's definitely close, but I think that D's Nuts was not expecting Mayans. Right now, D's Nuts is playing like a player who hasn't played a ton of civs, you know, that can't get horses. Also, Blue really trying to weaken that villager. Oh, and boom! D's Nuts gets the kill, first kill of the game. Well played. Oh, and D's Nuts laughs at him. Ooh, spicy. All right, 11 taunt. All right, no response from Blue. Blue's about to be in Castle Age. I think D's Nuts is going to want to take back the 11. After seeing the opponent's castle time. I mean, this is Khmer for you. Not needing the buildings, beautiful farms. This is great. Wow, this is... What are we at? 660 ELO? And this is a 1615 castle time. To watch Red panic and buy a bunch of food here. Okay, we do have the stone mining upgrade. Maybe thinking about a castle eventually. Still 0 farms here for Red, which I think would be fine if there were villagers on mills out here. But red has not chosen to do that. Blue is in the next stage. Has not produced any army yet. Is just going for eco upgrades, which is fine. But a knight would potentially end the game with how exposed red's eco is. But of course, blue doesn't know that. Blue ran through, tried to kill a villager, didn't work out. Seems to just be thinking about booming more than anything right now. But we are going to see an archery range here. Flaming Camel says, is it wise to take the hunt in the middle on Valley? It depends on what type of style you want to play. I think it is. I think having like 4 to 5 villagers on a mill, taking the resources are worth it. But that's if you're playing aggressively. Obviously, it all depends. So it depends on your ELO and your play style. But I think like it makes a lot of sense if you're going to have army on the field. That way your villagers can be defended. It's a really hard map to wall. I mean, in theory, you could kind of wall between these wood lines, but it is actually rather open. So I was thinking that, you know, Khmer would actually be a good pick if you wanted to have villagers out there, and you could always build a house next to the exposed areas. And if you do get attacked, you can just jump inside the houses. Okay. So resources collected is higher for blue. Blue added an archery range. Nothing has been built out of the archery range yet. Not really sure of the plan right now for blue, but blue's done a great job focusing on the eco. D's Nuts is the exact type of player I expected when I saw this username. Did I expect balance? Did I expect perfect timings? No. I expected a player who builds a market and just sells, buys, and then, you know, masses a bunch of eagles. I expected a player who 11s at the opponent after the starting scout goes down. This is the type of player we all expected when we saw the name. Now, there's the mill. So that's good. Finally, some food income. It's still 0 farms. Seems like Blue's plan is definitely just to add more vills. And is going to build some military buildings as part of the wall. So, looks like crossbows are in queue right now. That could be the eventual plan. And a stable will eventually go up here as well. So, eagles get 7 base attacks starting in castle. So, in like a minute, these eagles get a lot stronger. Okay, guys. With a minute left to go, where does red build this castle? Again, we just talked about the type of player red is. If there was ever a time for a YOLO forward castle drop, this would be it, right? Also, the Eagle's just now finding Blue's base. So, okay, it's going to walk through. It's going to see the TC. It's bringing more Eagles. I mean, the Eagles alone could be really strong here. You don't need to drop a forward castle. Oh, God, there's a hole here, maybe? Yup, there's a hole. Villager's been spotted. Perfect timing here for D's Nuts. There's also crossbows here, though. D's Nuts does react, I think. Blue is not reacted. I think Blue is looking at the crossbows right now. Blue does not seem to notice. Crossbows may be being brought home. I think Blue just noticed. Okay. Yeah, crossbows have been clicked home in a panic. Tower placed in a panic. Things just got really messy. And right now, Blue's like, okay, what can I do to counter this? And has clicked Elite Skirm. Now, that's not it, but Blue is actually giving up this golden stone and is going to attack here again. Which is pretty interesting. But still should all struggle against Eagles. D's Nuts is fighting back the army with villagers. Well, you do start with 1 extra villager if you're the Mayans, so that's kind of nice, but that's not really the smartest move here from D's Nuts. And now, look at D's Nuts. D's Nuts is now going to bring the Eagles home like, holy crap, this is a big attack. Kind of need some defense for this, but I think 1 Eagle could actually deal with all of it. This gives time for Blue to stabilize, maybe. So, I've said this many times, but like, when I was a kid, I thought a skirmisher was always better than a crossbow. Because the crossbow shoots an arrow, and the skirmisher throws a javelin. And I would feel like a javelin to the chest should do more damage than an arrow to the chest, you know? So I'm wondering if the elite skirm upgrade there from blue, like maybe he knew he was upgraded skirms and he thought that skirms would just be insanely strong. But skirms are not good against eagles. But, you know, the game's not very realistic. Okay. Still no farms here for D's nuts. Still wondering if we're going to see a castle at some point. Blue really wants to finish the stable. No, it's a 90%. Wait, cav archers. Okay. Hey, no blacksmith upgrades right now for blue is the problem. Blue never built a blacksmith. There's going to be a blacksmith now. Another villager goes out here to complete the stable. And 98%! And D's nuts denies it. Yikes. Listen, I think blue needs someone to say, just make another stable. There we go. Okay, there we go. Just making another stable. You don't have to take risks to go out to that one. Deep breaths here, blue. Deep breaths. All right, just relax. Still wondering if red is going to build a castle. Maybe red will want to build a map control castle towards the middle. So far, the eagles have worked out. Now, if knights and light cav start to come out, the eagles won't do so well. Knights would be the go-to unit here. There is still some golden comeback here for blue. But blue is terrified and is going to drop another tower. Because there's not a ton of gold in the bank right now for blue, maybe blue will just go for scouts and then upgrade them to light cav. This hill is perfect for a castle, I agree. This is the hill. If you were ever going to get a castle drop and be in Lowy the Legends, this would be the moment here. It does seem like red is transitioning into some farms, which is really nice. I wasn't actually expecting red to do that. Obviously has used the eagle to control the game. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be some knights, maybe some light cav for blue. But I mean, 45 villagers against 42? Eco upgrades are looking really, really nice for blue. The farm count's really nice for blue. And even arson now for D's nuts. Arson will mean you destroy the buildings a little bit faster here. Tower was spotted, and that tower's at least temporarily denied. Yeah, you get to like 6 knights, 6 light cav, and these eagles go down. Nice micro from blue. Kind of luring the opponent in towards the TC fire, I think. Here are the knights now. Yeah, it seems like red really doesn't want blue to get back on this gold, but I think blue's going to be back on this gold. It should be a pretty good fight for blue, considering the circumstances. Red obviously has the numbers, and red has some blacksmith upgrades, but knights do well against eagles. And it's close, but this will be a clear up, and blue can chill. Nice play. Salutes in chat, please, for blue. Because blue is extremely stressed. Like, blue looked like a freaking god up until the attack came in, and then blue is like very much looked human again. You could tell blue is like so worried. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got ourselves a pretty interesting game here. Neither player's collected any relics. Red's food eco isn't only hunts now. It's going to be farms as well. Now, last blue checked, the opponent has an army here. There's a tower here. I wonder if the light cav are going to find another area. Blue did scout. There was a lumber camp there before. Elite skirm now from D's nuts. I'm not sure if I'm saying Red's name more than I usually say a player's name, but the fact that his name is what his name is making me very aware that I'm saying it a lot. Okay. The light cav saw the tower and they said, nope, don't like it. Nope, that's scary. Okay, he's prepared for me. We must leave. And now we have a castle in the middle with no protection. That's a pretty good castle. Obviously, this castle's a little risky. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, man. Oh, no, the light cav are going to miss it. How does he not see this? That is so unlucky for blue. How does he not see that? He missed it down here. He missed it above it as well. He does kill that villager on the university, though. And does take a decent enough fight. But the castle's going to go up. And that castle could see the crossbows there. And now it's like anytime blue wants to move through the middle of the map, there's going to be a castle in the way. And actually, another castle here would be epic, too. Red researched Bodkin Arrow. And red is going to make plumes. I mean, we said, will this player know how to play mezzo? Eagles and archers is what Mayans want to be making. And we are going to have eagles. We are going to have archers. Only the lack of gold income is an issue there for red. Red now heads over to gold. Knights are here. Crossbows are here. Still no blacksmith upgrades for blue, but a knight is a knight. Still nice attack. So panic time here for D's nuts. Knight is going to get some more kills on the eagles. Also the villagers. Not bad. It does feel like if red could just focus here for a little bit and make some plumed archers and breathe, things could be fine. Blue, 53 villagers. Red, 43. More knights spamming out of these stables right now. The knights can't exactly deal with the castle, can they? Really interesting game. Okay, live viewers, if you had to pick a winner right now, who would you pick? We're about to watch a bunch of knights from blue run in towards red's base, so I think a lot of people are going to say blue. But I think, like, ballistic plumed archers against knights with no upgrades, I think could be really good. And red is shown to be very quick with producing army. Has lots of vision, so should be able to see this. Actually, I wouldn't mind bringing your army forward in a YOLO castle here still, but... Oh, wow. Okay, so notices this army is here. And is going to use these eagles to lure the knights over here. And is just going to place a defensive castle. Ooh, this gets tricky. This is smart. These knights will likely die because of this. That's really smart. This, though, is an issue. Will red react to this? D's nuts dropped the 11 earlier when the villager was not killed by a scout. And D's nuts has not noticed this because D's nuts is looking here. Oh, God, red. Oh! He realized. He realized. Oh. I mean... He was probably so happy he killed the knights by his castle. I think he was looking here and he's like, aha! Aha, I got him. Because he killed so many of those knights. He had plumed archers. He was ready, man. In his mind, he probably felt like killing his army on the front, good middle control, and a defensive castle. But then he looked back here and when he rang the bell, there were only two... There were only 2 villagers remaining. Oh, man. And he just calls it. What a funny game. Honestly, a really good game. It wasn't the longest game ever, but this was a bit more aggressive than we normally see at this ELO. And it was really good, man. We had eagles. We had plumes. We had, like, back and forth action. Like, both players went for different raids on each other's bases. But in the end, I feel like, you know, just spamming those knights. It was really consistent and really strong there from blue. Again, blue's castle time was initially so good as well. I think the way red played, though, red could have absolutely won that game with a forward castle. Like, when red had this position, if red would have waltzed forward and dropped the castle here, I don't see how blue wins the game. The gold's gone, the stone's gone then the castle fire, of course, affects your eco as well. Like, it is extremely difficult to make decisions when you've got a castle on your face. But that's probably the main thing I would look back to for red. More aggressive castle with the eagle timing before the knights and the light cav came out, and maybe it could have made it happen there. When casting the ELO Legends, T90 says the player's name 12.748 times on average. He has said blue's name 1 time this game. He said red's name 234 times this game. Okay, that's not true. That's not true. But I might have said red's name a little bit more frequently. I don't know what blue's name means. I don't know how to pronounce it. I do know how to say D's nuts. Okay? So, YouTube, please don't be offended that I did not say, on blue's behalf, that I didn't say blue's name more. Maybe just a translation issue. I'll make sure that we read players' names more evenly next time. Blue is apparently faster. Blue is apparently a little bit speedier this game. So well played.